What is up, guys? Senpai here, and in today's video I'm gonna show you my city-sided loadout. And before we continue with the video, I would like to suggest you to subscribe to the channel if you're interested in these kind of videos. Also, I live stream every single day at 11 PM Indian time, so please visit that. We'll start with pistols. I use a USPS kill confirmed well-worn condition, which I got for around $45. The field tested condition gun you'll find in about $50 on either Steam or on Skinport. Now, one thing you'll notice is I'm investing only into the guns that I use regularly. So Beretta's pretty straightforward and extremely cheap skin. I'm using Royal Consorts. I think it looks great as well. Next, we'll move to P250 Verdigris, which you will find in field tested condition for about 12 cents. And since I don't use it much, I'm not really investing into much. 5.7 is a gun that I use quite a bit, and I had berries and cherries. I had like 5 of those. I sold all of those and I bought these extremely cheap, and this one is in factory new condition. The skin is called Flame Test. Let's move to the last of the pistols, guys. Desert Eagle. I used to have Sunset Storm, but I think this one, the Midnight Storm, goes well with my gloves, which will put you down about $12.50 in the factory new condition. Guys, as I told you, I'm not really investing into the skins I don't use. We'll move to Heavies Nova. I don't own a skin. I don't use this gun at all. Sometimes I use the XM. I've got a Ziggy. I do have a few seasons that I opened because of the Spectrum case, but I'm using a Stat Track, which is again a pretty cheap skin for XM. The name is Ziggy. Let's move to Mp7. I'm using a Cobalt Core in Stat Track minimal wear condition, which is about 90 cents. Pretty cheap, straightforward. You can see I haven't used this gun much. Let's move on to the next gun, guys, in the heavies. That is M249. The skin that I'm using is called Spectre in minimal wear condition, and you'll find this skin for about 20 cents on the Steam market. Moving on to Negev, guys. This is one of my favorite skins. I'm using a skin called Power Loader in field tested condition for $1.60 on the Steam market. You might find a cheaper version of that on Skinport as well. So guys, moving on to the SMGs. I'm using an MP9 Black Sand Stat Track minimal wear, which you'll find for 34 cents. I think it's definitely a good looking skin. Now, one of my favorite skins in the game is the Mp7 Fade. I'm using a factory new condition, which will set you back at about $12. I love the sticker craft. I have it on the Mp7 Fade. It's a battle scarred sticker from the recent operation. For the UMP45, I'm using a gold bismuth in field tested condition that you'll find for 60 cents. Don't use this gun too much, so I have a cheap skin on it. Moving on to P90, and I think this is definitely the P90 module is definitely one of the best looking P90 skins in the game. This skin is not very expensive, and of course, considering the fact that it's a P90 skin, it's not very cheap as well. But I'm using a Stat Track skin here. I think it's definitely a great looking skin. Moving on to the last SMG, which is the PP Bison. I'm using a Runic in Stat Track factory new condition for $2.25, pretty close to the $2.50 for P90 module. And I think this Runic looks really great. The kind of orange accent or the fiery glow that comes out of the holes and the text on it looks awesome. Moving on to the rifles, guys. I'm using a commemoration for FAMAS, which is an amazing skin. I think one of the best FAMAS skins in the game. So guys, moving on to Emperor. I use a Stat Track field tested condition, which you'll find for $55. I do have a couple more. I have a factory new Desolate Space, which is around $40 as well. But I mainly use Emperor, guys. And the next one is I'm using Scout Abyss. Moving on to the AUG, I'm using an AUG Arctic Wolf in Stat Track field tested condition, which will run you about $5.50 approximately. Moving on to the next skin, guys. Let's move to the Scar 20. I'm using a Blueprint, which is pretty cheap. Stat Track factory new for $1.10. Moving on to my favorite skin in the whole game is the AWP, the Op Wildfire. I'm using a factory new condition skin in at $112. I think this is a dope looking skin, guys. Come on, the dragon looks super amazing, and it doesn't help the fact that the dragon is in fire. Moving on to the knife, I'm using a flip knife Doppler StatTrak factory new condition at about $340. And then I've paired this up with racing green driver gloves coming in at $105 for the minimal wear condition. So I'm using a different knife for terrorist and a different knife for counter-terrorists. And this is my loadout for the CT side, guys, which costs close to about $700. But if I take into account the multiple skins I have for M4A4 and the multiple skins that I have for M4A1S, this is easily over $750. Do let me know which skins you like and what is your loadout in the comments below. I'll see you guys next time. This is Senpai signing off. Ciao, ciao.
यहाँ पे आवाजें आ रही है वैसे।